Hey everybody, G Bear out here in the desert. It's Sunday, the 19th of March, 2017. I'm getting ready to leave. I got to head back and home. I've got work to do this week. So I want to show you, I got some more of my water tank pedestal done here. These are all going to get filled with concrete and rebar to give me a good base. And then the outer cracks, I'll end up patching those with Type S mortar mix, so that give me a good bond and a nice seal around the outside. Now I started filling the inside. Andy and I did the first layer a couple weeks back, and I built a ramp over here with dirt so I can get my ATV up and dump the buckets inside here, and then I just rake it around with a rake until I get it even. We're going to have some rain next week, so some of this will get compacted down naturally. And I'll show you where I've been getting the dirt over here. This is where all those rabbit holes were. I've started plowing down those mounds that were over here, and I've got plenty to go. So I'll get this all filled in, and then I'll use the rest of this for grading and so forth and so on. All right, let's head on down through to the garden here. I'll give you an update on what's going on there. And it's pretty good. It's a week since I last did a video out here, and I want to show you my little cut-off branch clone here. It's got leaves at the top, and it's still growing. There's the tree, the multiple pear tree I put in last week, or the week before, and it's doing really well. They got buds on the ends of the branches, but they're still not up. Here's the Fuji, the miniature Fuji, and it's got flowers. It's actually sick. So with the rain coming and more sun after that, I think I'm going to see a lot of change in the next couple of weeks. All right, over here to the Bartlett pear, and I've got leaves on the Bartlett pear and buds on all of the branches and all the way up to the top. So this one will be blooming here in no time at all. Here's my multiple apple, and looks like the Granny Smiths, which are the first ones that usually come out during the season, are doing the best there, but they got some of the others. The Gala apples on the other side is starting to show leaves on it, no buds yet. And then what are these? The Jonah Golds are showing buds all the way up and down, and so are the Brayburns. So I'm doing really good on that one. Here's my peach tree. All those buds have gone to flower, and the flowers have gone to set fruit. So this one is doing really well. Let me get my shadow out of your way here so you can get a better look at it. It's greening up really well. And then here's my fig tree. The number of leaves and stuff on it have doubled since last week in a single week. And coming on down here to the multiple cherry, I'm showing some leaves on this one and some end sprouts on the ends of the branches. So this one's taken off. Oh yeah, there's plenty of green down here at the bottom too. So again, the weeping plum is not doing anything, but look at this plum over here. This one is full of flowers in a week's time, and buds and leaves and everything else. So this one's set, and it's going to start producing. And we come over here to the apricot, and the apricot's got greenery all over it now, so this one's doing good. And these have all been watered. I've got some suckers down there around the bases of a couple of these. I've got to have to clip them off, but I like to let them get a little bit healthier before I do. That way I can stick them in the ground and see if I can get some other trees to come out of them. Normally when they're coming off the rootstock, you're not going to get a really good fruit off of them, but you still get a nice shade tree. Anyway, here's the first garden, and it's full of cilantro going everywhere. And this one is nothing else popping up on it yet. But over here in the big garden, I noticed these just popped up. Those little greenies in the corner right here, those are corn. And I got a couple more coming up over in this row. So yeah, the corn's starting to sprout. And my onions are going crazy. I got onions all the way through here. They're sprouting up all over the place. I don't know if you can see them really well through the wire, and I won't be able to tell until I check this out on the big computer when I get home. But with the glare here, I can hardly see what's going on even on the screen as I'm walking. All right, let's move on down the road here. And here are my raspberries. This one looks like it's still got a little bit of green on it, but it's not taking really well. But this one is. This one's starting to sprout out some real green on there. Now for the exciting stuff. As we pass the dying tree over here, who knows, it might still take, especially with rain coming. As I showed you in the last video yesterday I took, and then I did another one this morning. Here's the stream beds that run down to where I'm going to have my fish pond. And I showed you in the last video there was some moisture that lasted for 3 days here. Well, I come through here with my witching rods, and I found I got a hit of water over here, so I drew an X, and then I came in with my ATV bucket and I did a couple of scrapes, and I got a big wet spot down there in the soil, and I only went down about a foot. So this is going to be interesting to see what's down 8 or 10 feet when I really dig this thing out. All of these little bushes in the middle here are going to come out. I might leave 1 or 2 as an island in the middle, but that makes it really hard to seal when I put my sodium bentonite in here. Anyway, I wanted to show you that part of it. Heading back over, I'm going to skip all of the flowers. They're blooming. We're going to pass one here, and I'll show you. I didn't do anything to these. I had never watered them. They're growing all on their own. All I did was put them in the ground. But here you can see the ones the lost flowers that were lost for a couple of weeks. They're starting to show blooming, looking good. I'll move back over here. The grapevines, I've got one that's holding green, and that's a Concord grape, but I won't get production this first year. Usually takes 3 years. On the 3rd year is when I produce. Anyway, I put up this temporary antenna. I got that 13 feet in the air. Gave me 21 channels. Although some of them fade in and out, so once I get up a little bit higher than that with my big pole, I figured out exactly how I'm going to set that pole, and I'm going to get that one up about 18 feet. Anyway, moving back around, making this full circle. Here's Andy's plants. They're doing well. We got rain coming, so I had a choice of either trying to get a cover on this, which would be a giant sail, and you can hear the wind is blowing, and that would be really causing havoc on this shed. So what I did was I got some epoxy paint, and I put 3 coats of epoxy paint on this, and then all the joints and seams I ran painter's caulk in there and let it dry, and then all the way around the base of the floor. So actually it's going to be a good thing, because down the line that floor is well insulated, and it's sealed to the bottoms of the walls, as you can see, and that will make it nice and cozy in there, especially with all the walls insulated and the ceiling insulated and so forth and so on. Anyway, my concrete slabs are, well, this one's dry. Those are definitely dry because they're from back in October. That's all ready. And I moved the bags of concrete here. I poured those in the blocks over at the water tank. And I came up this time with 150 gallons of water, and all my barrels are almost full. I got one that's 3/4 full here on the end. And something I did this time was on the top here is I put a canning jar inside here with a little bit of fine dirt in the bottom. So I'm going to see how much rain we actually get out here. It'll be like a rain gauge. And what the dirt will do is if the water gets in there, it's going to raise the dirt up, and it's going to leave a ring around the tub or a ring around the glass. Even if the water evaporates off, I'll be able to see how deep it was. It was a little natural marker. Anyway, I brought up a couple of trailers on this trip, and you'll probably see those in either a prior video or a later video. And the wind's gusting, I hope you can hear me. Anyway, these 2 barrels here are 30 gallons each, and I put little ties on there to seal them so that I can tell if anybody's been messing with the water, but I haven't seen any signs of any of that stuff. Anyway, the way I got 2 trailers up here was, you see these hinges with the pins in here? Well, I've got those mounted on this trailer, and then I've got the other halves of those hinges welded to the back of this trailer. So I back them up one to the other, slide the pins into place, and then this one stands up like a big tailgate. You'll see that in another video. And right now I've got the wheels padlocked together with a combination lock here, so that I don't have to worry about anybody pulling in and hauling it off. And I did take the license plate off, and I put that in my van just so I don't have to worry about anybody borrowing a license plate that's got a sticker on it. Anyway, you can see how the wind's blowing here. You can look at my little windmill just going crazy there. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to stop for some lunch on the way home, and I will post these as soon as I get there. G Bear signing off for another weekend.